You can tell we're solo again.
Hello and welcome back to our 5K tennis Shanghai Masters discussion. Today is October 9th. Is it October 9th? Yes, it's October 9th. Hola y bienvenido a nuestra discusión de Shanghai Masters Abierto. I'm sure I've said that backwards, but hey, we're here.
Wednesday, October the 9th, 2019.
It feels like Friday again.
It does feel like a Friday. I think every day kind of feels the same these days, but
it does.
It does. It's a busy time of the year for us, but
I thought it wasn't going to be, but it is.
It's busy.
It's busy.
But we did have a spare couple of hours,
yes,
right?
Yes, I sacrificed my workout time.
We got a good workout earlier, though. We did some self-drilling, and that was pretty good. So, but we had a little bit of spare time, and there's a 1,000 going on, so we wanted to do a show.
Yes, definitely. Especially after some of the messages that were sent back to me, a few clips, and I've actually sat down this morning. I got up really early to watch some of the matches, and I watched Djokovic destroy Shapovalov.
Starting out today's show, I have to start with this. A big shout out to my sister out there, a great tennis player, a junior champion who is nearing her next chapter in her battle with breast cancer. So I got my good karma bracelets on.
Those are cute, actually. I like those.
So she'll be having a double mastectomy here in about a week, and we'll be finding out how far this thing goes. So click a thumbs up for her, and that's a shout out to you. I know she will weather the storm and move forward. So big shout out to my sister Amy, and surely this challenge will be met head on. In the next few weeks, by the way, Carla and I will be doing another string test and play test for YTEX Strings, and we have just received the play test strings and the Octo Twist for YTEX Strings. Yeah. We've actually been looking forward to this. We've had these two sets for a little while, but there's more on the way, so we are going to get knee-deep in really pushing this string to the test. So thanks so much to YTEX Strings out there, by the way, who assists us with the prize giveaways for all the majors throughout the year. So stay tuned for that. We should have that done, I think, in maybe a month or so is about kind of the...
Yeah, because you really want to play with it. You want to
play with it, hit with it, push it to the limit, play matches, coach with it, feed with it. So look forward to that as well. Carla, let's jump right into today's show then. Let's try to push right through this, right?
Well, we did a show a few days ago, and I did mention to this viewer who was nice enough to send me a long email. I guess he's become a new viewer, watches our show. He's from New York. And I told him I would read his comment. I thought it was a pretty nice comment that he sent me.
So this wasn't in comments. It was an email.
Yes, it was an email. So
New York. Which part of New York?
I think it was Queens, New York.
So like Shea Stadium area. Well, wait a minute, they tore Shea Stadium down, didn't they?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Here it is. His name is Anthony Newton. And he sent me this message, October the 1st, but we didn't do a show till a couple days ago. And I said, you know what? I'm going to read his message on today's show. So I will read it. Here he said, "Hi, Justin and Carla. My name is Anthony from New York City."
I haven't heard this, by the way.
From New York City. I am 53 years old, and I'm a subscriber to your channel, and I really enjoy watching your tennis discussion on YouTube. I have been a subscriber for a year now. So he's been for a year. I said new.
So he just commented for the first time.
Yes.
Okay.
Your shows are quite entertaining, and your insight and expertise on the game has definitely made me watch tennis on TV more than I have ever had. To set the record straight, I never ever played the game and never ever picked up a tennis racket in my entire life, and that is a regret that will always live with me.
A regret? Yeah.
Right now, I follow the women's game much more than the men's. My personal favorite players on the women's side include Naomi Osaka, Madison Keys, Sophia Kenin, and Serena Williams. I feel Naomi could win another Grand Slam next season if she picks the right coach. Sasha Bajin was the correct coach for her. Jermaine Jenkins was terrible, and I'm very glad that she finally got rid of him. I had the lucky chance to have a nice personal conversation with Madison Keys just before the start of the 2017 U.S. Open, and I told her that she has the talent to easily beat any of the other players out there. I felt that she could have won the U.S. Open that year, but she simply got nervous and made way too many enforced errors against Sloane Stephens in the finals. I strongly dislike Stephens' game. She won the U.S. Open by luck, and she will never ever win another major. I love Sophia's game, and I think she definitely will be a Grand Slam champion someday. And Serena is Serena. She is without a question my favorite tennis player of all time. And by the way, I'm really excited about Kim Clijsters returning to the game. She is another favorite of mine. I have a bone to pick with you, Carla. On September 16th show, about 1740, she was mentioning about the player who, or he's saying, referring to me, I was mentioning about the player who had a bad year. I agree with Stevens, Kasatkina, and Kerber, but I strongly disagree with Madison Keys. She won 2 tournaments this year, Charleston and Cincinnati, and she has a pretty good record of 26-11 this year, a much better record than last year, and her ranking is not spiraling downward like those other players. I think that Carla should correct herself on assessment on Madison. I currently make my own draw for every WTA tournament. For the China Open, I have Kvitova, Kenin, Andreescu, and Wozniacki making the semifinals.
What ended up happening there?
With Andreescu eventually winning the tournament.
Oh, he was right then. No.
Osaka
won that.
I hope that I am correct. Thank you so much, Justin and Carla, for increasing my interest in the great game of tennis. Take care. Sincerely, Anthony.
Well written. I'm surprised it took him a year to write that. Yeah, usually people that kind of dive that deep into things, they kind of write right off, like as soon as they see the show for the first very time, they write, and then you have to remind them to subscribe later.
You know, I did respond to him when he did write that email a while ago. He is right. I did say Madison Keys had a bad year. I mean, that's not a bad record, 26-11. She did win 2 tournaments, but I think she won that towards the end of the year because I don't remember her doing anything big in the beginning of the year.
For me, I'm tough on Madison Keys. She shoulda, coulda, woulda done something a long time ago. She's an American player, a fine young lady. I think if I remember correctly, she's in Florida training at Everett's camp in South Florida. Was whatever. She shoulda, coulda, woulda a long time ago. If you've watched this show for a year, you know I'm hard on everybody. I was hard on Osaka coming out of the bag. I was brutal on Andreescu coming out of the bag. I was brutal on Keys long before the show began. You were too.
Well, yeah, Keys
she has one gear. She has one gear. She's wide open. She's like Sabalenka in a way. Sabalenka, I have a lot of high hopes for, and I'm beginning to kind of let those plateau off and maybe start to decline a bit moving forward in singles. Because they're one gear. They hit big, and if they hit out, you know what? They don't add variety. They don't start to chip, slice, and start to push the ball back and forth into
they need to be on. They're not on.
Yeah, they just keep whacking away at the ball. One player on the women's tour that had a child subsequently has come back. Was always a one-gear type player, in my opinion, even though she was on a lot, was Azarenka. Azarenka did very well, much better than either or of those girls at this point. And look, girls with variety like the Bartys, the Osakas, the Andreescus, these girls are here. They're on the map.
Even Serena has variety.
They're here. Serena's been here. Even vintage Venus was there and is still hanging around in a sense. But Madison Keys, I'm going to be tough on again. If she doesn't win a major, it's a bad year at this point. I mean, it just is. She has been there. She made a final versus Sloane Stephens and got trounced by her, or the semifinal.
It was a final. It was so quick. And I mean, I do agree with what he said. I don't think Sloane Stephens will ever win one, but at least she can say, "I won one."
I kind of find Madison Keys the Andy Roddick of the men's / 2 women's side. Roddick got. No, I'm not going to say lucky, but he pulled out the epic U.S. Open win, and then that was kind of it, you know?
No, I disagree.
But Madison Keys didn't pull out the win, but aren't they kind of...
No, because Roddick made a final and several at Wimbledon. Federer owned him.
Carla, I remember you cried that day.
I cried a lot.
She wanted Roddick to win that. Anyway, I mean, great message, but Madison Keys, again, it's not that I'm not a big fan. I support any tennis player. But Madison Keys has one tool in her toolbox. If her hammer shows up in her toolbox and her job that day is to hammer a bunch of nails on the wall, then she has a pretty good chance of winning because she's got a hammer. But if she had to go build a tree house and all she had was a hammer, she may get it done and may not, but it would be kind of difficult to do so. So I think any year moving forward where Madison Keys doesn't finally win a major, it's a bad year.
Because there are other young and up-and-coming players that are going to leave her behind.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, moving forward.
I appreciate the comment.
Yeah,
Great comment.
That was a deep
well
comment.
written.
All right.
Next shout out to me would be I guess he just subscribed to the channel, or first time he makes a comment. This guy 1000.
What is it?
This guy 1000.
All right, this guy 1000.
This guy 1000. He was helping me with the pronunciation of Berrettini and Fognini. So I wrote it down because of him. I know someone else corrected me, but I think I always say Berrettini. It's Berrettini. And
so the N is silent.
Yes, and Fognini.
And not Fognini.
And he said the G is silent.
Okay, so for me, it's no matter here for Fognini because Fognini for me is the beautiful beard himself. Which, by the way,
he almost got
those two. Those two
he almost got knocked out.
Yeah, those two. Andy Murray and the beautiful beard himself, the lavish, the nearly Latin-looking Italian himself. The beautiful beard Fognini. Got into a little debacle there, a little shouting cat fight, if you will, a little soap opera, a little WWE wrestling on the tennis court.
While we're on it, we'll talk about it. Wildlife One sent me a clip. He said, "This is why no one likes Fognini." So I watched the clip, and I really didn't see anything wrong that Fognini did. But then after watching it a few times, I understood why Andy Murray got mad. But still, I think Andy Murray's he complains too much.
A whiner too?
He's another whiner. But
so two whiners. I'm going to translate.
Wait,
I'm going to translate it as you go.
Before you go there, Fognini, there was a shot that Murray hit a volley, and he said that Fognini yelled during the volley. So then Murray looks over his way, and Fognini said, "What are you looking at? Why are you looking at me? Stop looking at me." Basically. So and he tells him, "Stop complaining and have a sense of humor." So as they switch and they cross over, Murray tells Fognini, he's saying, explaining to him. And then as he's trying to talk to the umpire, he tells Fognini, "Shut up. You do this to everyone. Anyone you play with, you do this to everyone."
Cat fight.
And the umpire's like, "Let me do my job. I already heard what happened. Let me do my job." And he kept going on and on and on. And I thought it was hilarious.
Shut up. No, you shut up. You shut up. No, you shut up. Okay, I thought this was more entertaining than the Labor Cup.
This was entertaining.
This was true entertainment here. Not really, but I think wrestling just...
Murray lost, by the way, 7-6 in the third set.
Yeah, I think wrestling just made primetime U.S. television.
This was fun to watch.
So
I watched this like 10 times.
Yeah, this was interesting. So I have a question here, though. Let's say that this was like a wrestling arena. And you had the beautiful beard himself show up. Boy, I bomb you. Come on. And Murray comes out in a kilt,
By the way, Murray looks like he could kick some butt.
Who wins? Who if
I give it to Murray.
If it comes down in a brawl or a street fight, who wins that?
Murray.
Yeah,
I mean, these Scottish guys. They're tough.
What was that movie, Braveheart or something?
Well, yeah, that's Braveheart. Well, Mel Gibson played Braveheart. He played Wallace. But I like Gerard Butler, and we know he's tough, too. This is Sparta. He played 300.
Yeah,
There's a lot of Scottish guys who are really tough.
You got to watch the Italian guys because they're sneaky smooth.
They're sneaky, but I think
sneaky smooth, but you got to watch out for Murray. I'm just saying, if you're in a cage match and the only one that can get out is the one that drags himself off the floor and walks out on both feet, who actually wins that battle?
I think Murray. I mean, he told him to shut up.
Shut up! You shut up!
No, Fognini was just laughing. Fognini was just laughing, but he told him to shut up. I don't think I would let anybody tell me on the court to shut up. It would be a problem.
Yeah,
for me.
I would rap.
I would be all over that if someone told me to shut up.
Yeah, you know when you open up a tennis ball can, it's like a and the edges are really sharp. I would have gotten in thrown it like a ninja star, duck that bad boy. All right, look, so I came up with a quick game because of this. Carlo, this is what we're going to do, and all of you are all going to play along with this together. What I did is I made a fictitious draw of 16 people, 16 players, some vintage and some current, and I'm going to ask you who would win, not in a tennis match, but in a street fight or backyard brawl or wrestling type setup. WWE, you can script it in your head, or you can think of it being like a real bruiser fest. What kind of time are we at?
They're fine.
All right. So everyone at home play along with this. I'm going to go with Carla on this one, and we're going to see who would get through this draw of this Sweet 16 to the final if these people met up in a street fight. Is everybody ready? Mm-hmm. Ready? Mm-hmm. You have to say it quickly. First match, Riley Opelka versus Ivan Lendl.
Ivan Lendl.
Marcelo Rios versus Marat Safin.
Safin.
John McEnroe and Jimmy Connors.
Connors.
Andy Murray or Boris Becker?
Murray.
Oh, I would have to go with Becker there. Okay, you're going to take Murray.
I'll take Murray.
Rafael Nadal against beautiful beard Fognini.
Oh, Nadal.
I don't know. Okay, I'll go with Nadal. Andy Roddick versus Karen Khachanov.
Oh, Roddick.
Oh, Street Fighter. I think he's from Nebraska. Those boys eat a lot of wheat up there. Eat a lot of wheat. Do I have that right? I think he's Nebraskan, right?
Yes, he's from Nebraska.
David Nalbandian versus Fernando Verdasco. Come on.
Nalbandian.
Nalbandian kicked a chair at somebody or something and like drew blood. He's in. I'm going with you, the bloodsucker himself, David Nalbandian. Let's go. Come on. Woo! Street fight. Marat Safin against the bad boy himself. What?
You already said Safin.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I gotta sub him. Thomas Muster. You guys remember Muster? You remember Muster? Tough guy. Let's go. Muster versus the bad boy from Britain himself, Daniel Evans.
Oh, Muster.
Let's go Muster, baby. Muster, vintage tennis. If you don't know him, look him up. Here we go. Quarterfinals, Lendl versus Safin.
Safin.
Uh-oh. Next match, street fight, Jimmy Connors versus Andy Murray.
Murray.
Woo! They're Scots. Rafael Nadal straps it up. Bikini under, briefs
I'm
it out.
surprised you didn't put Nick Kyrgios instead of Nadal.
Man, he is not in shape enough to go 3 rounds. He's not in shape enough. I thought about it, but he's not.
Even Medvedev.
He's not. But he's too wiry and thin.
Oh, okay, good.
These are big boys, man. These are brutes. These are guys that'll drink beer and go to fight. This is a street fight. No games here. There's no tennis rackets in this. This is balling. It's like football in your face with no helmets. Next match, Rafael Nadal gets into an absolute fist-scrapping, nightmarish, hell-bound match with Andy Roddick. Roddick beats down Nadal. Roddick it is, moving forward. David Nalbandian straps up no boxing gloves and steps into the ring with Muster, who wins.
Nalbandian. Those Argentinians they're fiery too.
Semifinals, Marat Safin goes all bloody-knuckled into the Scot himself, Andy Murray.
I think Safin's got him in this
Get him down. What's up, Marat? Andy Roddick steps up into the ring.
Talking about him, I saw a picture with him and Maria Sharapova.
Whatever. She squeals too loud. But Sharapova could beat all these guys by blowing out their eardrums before they step into the ring. They can't even hear because their ears are blown from her screech. All right, next and last semifinal, Andy Roddick takes the gloves off and fights off a brutal and grimy David Nalbandian.
I think Nalbandian will get him in this
Get down. Finals time for the ultimate scrap champion of all. Finals, Marat Safin.
The Russian against the Argentinian, ooh, tough.
Marat Safin squares off against Nalbandian, and there are no projectiles that either player can throw. It's fist to fist.
I'll give it to Nalbandian.
I'm going with Safin. You got the reach on that guy? Nalbandian shorter?
He's shorter, but he's stocky. He's going to bring him down.
Come on, man.
All he's got to go is go for his legs.
Negative, Ghost Rider.
Okay.
I wrote a note here, by the way. Down here on the bottom, I felt like players like Djokovic and Federer and these guys are just too lean to fight with these mean guys here. Okay, this was a brawl, not a tennis match. All right? All right, Carlo, Shanghai. Let's roll.
Well, like I said, Djokovic, I watched this match. Shapovalov, 6-3, 6-3 was the score. He was way too much for Shapovalov.
Does Shapovalov ever turn the corner and get better? Does Shapovalov ever threaten the big three as long as the big three are still there?
I have to agree with what Justin says. He has to stop being so jumpy. So what's the word I use? Spastic. He needs to calm down, stay on the ground, hit the ball, staying on the ground. Otherwise, he's just going to be another player.
I have always given issues and grief to a couple of players. Again, I've played it with a one-handed backhand since I was very young, and one of the typical problems we have of having a very deadly one-handed backhand are keeping our feet on the ground. TM loves to jump and hit. Who else? Shapovalov is another one that doesn't necessarily jump and then hit. He does it sometimes, but he'll stay down and he won't stay racket on the playing side of his body. I get when we follow through, we follow through and our chest
too jumpy
and our chest opens up, right? But he sometimes is hitting and before he's driving through the ball, he's already pulling away and open. And I just find that a problem. Some of you other coaches out there can chime in on that if you want.
His shot selections are not good. Sometimes he comes into the net at just the wrong time. I mean, he was serving down 15-40 in the match point. I mean, which didn't sweat on that one.
Plays a little erratic. Chapovalov definitely needs to clean up the backhand side in terms of overall technique. Again, the flopping open is just as bad, in my opinion, from a coaching perspective, as it is leaping up into your shot.
Yep, so Djokovic will face Isner, who beat Puig. I expect Djokovic to still get through that match. I don't see Isner really challenging the match.
I mean, hands down.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Next match, Hurkacz beat Monfils, and we'll have a pretty interesting match against Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas beat Ashe Aliciam, which I think lately it was Ashe Aliciam beating Tsitsipas, so he got him on 2 tiebreakers, 7-6, 7-6. So he will face Hurkacz. That should be an interesting match.
That will be a great match.
Yes, I don't know who to pick in that match, honestly. I mean, Hurkacz has had a great year. Tsitsipas is trying to get as many points, stay in the top 5 or top 10. Great match. Whoever wins from there will be a little tough battle for Djokovic, I think.
If this tournament, however, no disrespect to the tournament, if this tournament and the lead up to a potential Djokovic-Tsitsipas next round after the third, right? Would it be more exciting if it was the Indian Wells tournament early in the season than it is now?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay. So I think it will be Djokovic-Tsitsipas, but I think if this match took place at the beginning of the year, I think there would be a lot more buzz in the air.
Sure.
Still looking forward to it, but I don't know how much effort will come out of that inevitable matchup.
Medvedev beats Nori, and we'll take Pospisil, who beats Sousa. Medvedev should win that match, honestly.
Yeah, and Pospisil, by the way.
Pospisil.
Yeah, Pospisil, he's been around for a while. He can play the game. I think he got wrapped up in some of the discussion about prize money and if you're not top 10 in the world, you can't survive. So Pospisil's been a journeyman not only in the game but off the court as well, standing up for other players. I like Pospisil, always have. Medvedev should roll.
Like I mentioned before, Fognini defeated Murray in 3 sets and will face off Thor. Karen Khachanov.
Wow,
Karen Khachanov.
Weren't they just both in my... yeah, I had Khachanov and I had Fognini. Yeah, so they were all... Fognini. The beautiful beard. The beautiful Italian. I think he's rico suave, but, not because that would be a Spanish term. But he's close. He's close. He's like Esteban. Who's another... like a Spanish Zorro or something. He's he's Italian.
But the person who Antonio Banderas is Spaniard. So.
Okay, so poll question. Would everyone rather see Fognini and Khachanov square off in a tennis match? Or would you rather the ref say, hey, wait a minute, we're going to solve this in 3 rounds of wrestling?
I think all Khachanov had to do is step on him.
Let's go.
I don't even think it would be a big fight. Roberto Bautista Agut takes out Opelka and will meet the other Italian, Berrettini. So that should be a good match for Berrettini. He's had a great year. I think he could win that match.
Look.
Do I really care? No.
Thank you. Look.
I'm kind of falling asleep. I'm like...
Carla, I kept the asshole merit badge over here. I moved it because these are, in a sense, by the way, pre-Australian Open shows. I mean, it is coming up.
No,
it is.
So hopefully not too quick.
Oh, I can't wait.
No, we as months go by, we get older. No.
You
want to hurry time up? I don't.
I was going to mention that, and then don the asshole merit badge. But you get the chance to wear it today because you said the truth first. Carla, asshole merit badge for you.
I mean, really, who cares?
Exactly.
Bashvili defeated Payer in 3 sets and will face off Dominic Thiem, who defeated Carreno Busta. Now, is Thiem playing better because he's got the headband?
You heard? Did you just hear that?
What?
The headband. You just said it.
Maybe. I mean, he looks like the old John McEnroe with the headband.
No. See, I'm going farther than that.
I mean, Dimitrov tried it and he made it to the semis or at the U.S. Open.
What is it about headbands as people age? Look, headbands. Here we go. Headbands have 0 protection from the sun. Now look.
But they're playing indoors.
Oh, whatever. Headbands, though, seem to grow on to players as they tend to get more Rico Suave, like the Fabio, the beautiful beard Fognini himself. Let's try to name some players that started out with no hat, and then morphed into the headband. Let's start with the mighty Roger Federer himself. If you followed Federer when he was a really young buck, he used to wear a crumpled over hat with his long hair coming out of the side of it. Check that out. But there's many more over time. Let's look at Milos Raonic. Homeboy came out of the tank one day with a headband on. I'm like, dang, there's that funky, weird serve. Now he's got a headband to accent that. Who else is more from a hat to a headband? We have now Dominic Thiem. Okay, he's inching up. He's made a French Open.
I think Tsitsipas always play with a headband.
I've always seen Tsitsipas with
Well, he has to. He has
headband.
the long hair. And Zverev.
Wait a minute.
They both have long hair.
Didn't Tiafoe start to don the headband not terribly long ago?
Yes.
Didn't Ben Watt, the mighty, beautiful goatee man himself with the butterfly collar himself, go from like nothing to a headband?
I don't remember that. I don't think so.
You know, that might be fake news.
That's fake news.
We might have to check that.
I've seen Nishikori with a headband.
So pretty interesting. We now have TM in a headband. Do you think this is a looks thing, a sponsored thing? What do you
He's
think?
Just bored.
All right. Well, I mean, the headbands are only the elites wear the headband. All right.
Zverev takes out Chardy and will meet Rublev, who destroyed Millman 6-2, 6-0. Now, this will be a tough match for Zverev, and this should be an interesting match because this is going to be two guys that are going to face each other a lot.
I think Rublev is going to thump Zverev.
I think
Do I think it really matters, though?
For them, it does.
Yes, you're right.
For them, it does.
Okay,
Absolutely.
yes. For them, I would say it does.
It does. These are two young guys that are going to be facing each other in the future. It does matter.
Yeah, I think Rublev wins it, though.
This matters. Goffin faces Federer.
For the what?
Okay.
The 3,000th time? Doesn't matter either way.
Who cares? Federer will win.
All right. That's that. Speaking of Roger Federer, though, by the way. Roger Federer, I read an interesting article. His dad asked Roger if he would please play Shanghai next year because he really loved going to the city. And that's great. So we just were teased in a way that Roger Federer will play throughout 2020, and I think we all knew that. He's going to be playing his Laver Cup. He's going to be playing the Olympics. It's the only thing that misses his resume is the gold. We know he's going to play Wimbledon again. If he ever retires from
He wants what, gold in singles? Because he has gold in doubles.
Yeah, but yeah, he needs the gold in the singles. Murray took it from him one year.
Mm-hmm. I think more like he said here.
So Roger Federer has quite a busy lineup next year. I don't know what he'll do clay season. I have no idea. I know this year he wanted to, surely get some matches in and try to, at least knock someone out like Rafael Nadal so they don't tie his record anytime soon. But Roger will have a very busy year next year. My question is, does Roger Federer play another year after 2020?
I don't think so. Why would you?
Well, I think he will because
if he starts losing, he won't.
But look at Tom Brady that plays for the New England Patriots. That's won 6 Super Bowls now, I think.
Yeah, but he's throwing. He's not really running as much.
But he also has 350-pound men coming at him.
He also has good protectors around him.
But sometimes he hits the dirt, and those add up over the years. So all I'm saying is if Tom Brady is older and still playing a high-impact sport, I get he has protectors, but they don't always protect. It happens. He gets sacked.
Tennis is so physical. You're running side to side.
Yeah, but you don't get blistered by a 300-pound linebacker.
Come on, you and I know that when we're out there on the tennis courts every day, it adds up. Our bodies take a pounding.
Does Roger Federer play through year 2021? I think so.
I don't think so.
I think he has to always remain active until his record goes away. I think the major count is hugely important to him and his legacy.
Sure it is.
Again, that's what most people associate with greatest of all time. All right? I'm going to end the show with a 12 rapid-fire questions. This is quick.
I can't work out now.
This is quick. See, man, these Latin women, man. Yeah, look, I didn't even tell her about this. She reacts like I'm going to say bye, but this is quick. If you haven't seen this before, I'm going to ask 12 questions, answer them immediately, and this won't take but a minute. Okay? We clear? Okay? Lo siento, mamacita, lo siento. Huh? ¿Qué hora este pasa?
Please, just ask the 12 questions.
Shoot, man. Tripping, man.
Ask the 12 questions.
Tell you what. That's how I roll. Ask my questions. Let's go. 12 questions. Let's get down. Let's go. Woo!
Okay, ask him.
All right, little man's coming in for a
I know,
cameo.
ask the questions.
All right, well, little guy's behind you.
Okay, just ask the questions.
All right, question number 1. Will women's tennis next year be more exciting than the men's?
Yes, always is.
What's up, little man? All right, give me a high five to answer these questions,
Oh,
bro.
he's too heavy.
Come on, get him up there. Come on, join in. All right, you ready? You got to look at the camera, Justin, and answer these. All right, question number 2. Name the first name that comes to your mind, man or woman. Okay, it can be either or. Okay, it's not gender specific. Question number 2. Who wins their first major of their career next year?
Men or women?
Men or women? One name.
Men or women.
Come on, hurry up.
I'll go with
Hurry.
Tsitsipas.
I got Dominic Thiem. Question number 3. Does Andy Murray beat a top 5 player next year in a major?
No.
Question number 4. Does Kim Clijsters beat a top 5 player next year in a major?
Yeah, because our top 5 is shaky sometimes, yes.
Question number 5. I don't know. I think Osaka...
Ashley Barty could lose to anyone. Pliskova could lose to anyone.
I know, but okay.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Question number 5. If Rafael Nadal, Novak Djokovic, and Roger Federer retired tomorrow, which man would win the Australian Open in January?
Tsitsipas.
I got Wawrinka.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I forgot. I'm thinking of the young guys. Yeah, definitely.
Question number 6. Does Serena Williams win another major ever?
I don't know.
I say no. Not with Andreescu and Osaka out there. Question number 7. How many majors will Bianca Andreescu end up winning if she remains healthy?
Oh, many. I don't know the number. You just never know. Because somebody else might...
Give me a number. Roundabout average.
I'll give her 2 more.
I'm going to give her 7 to 9.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know throughout her career.
I say 7 to 9.
Let's see what happens. I can't predict that.
Question number 8. Does Roger Federer play another year after 2020?
No.
Question number 9. Does Roger Federer's record of 20 majors get passed next year?
Yes, I think so.
In other words, would Nadal pass
I
it?
don't know. I don't think it'll get passed. Maybe tied.
Yeah, would Nadal pass it? In other words? Can Nadal win 2?
I'll be tied.
Number 10. Will Rafael Nadal become totally bald by the end of next year?
Yes. Maybe he wants some of your hair.
Hey, look over here, Justin.
Ask him if he
Can
wants
you give
some
him a high five? Hold on, you're on camera.
Yeah.
You can't stick your tongue out. That's
All
not
right,
nice.
come on, let's go.
All right, here we go. Question number 11. Who wins in a street fight? Andy Murray or the beautiful beard Fabio Fognini himself?
Murray.
Not on this question, though. I'm going to go with Murray as well. Question number 12. What was more entertaining, Andy Murray and Fabio Fognini's cat fight on the side of the court or the Laver Cup?
The fight for Fognini and Murray.
That's it, everyone. Much love to all of you. Click a thumbs up below. If anything, for the sister, all the thumbs up are for you. Please subscribe to our channel. It means a lot moving forward into next year. Especially a couple late season goals that Carla and I have as a house. Please share our videos, suggestions, comments. Let us know. We'll build upon them and give some shout outs again next show. See you all soon. Look forward to the next show. And this one is just ending.
Okay, thank you.
All right, see you later.
Adios.
Bye.
Bye.
This girl right here, tell you what.
She messed up my workout time.
What are you talking about?
Let's go. Come on.